Losing is often just part of the game. Even the greatest fighters suffer unexpected defeats. However, some competitors are never able to mentally recover and regain their confidence after that first crushing loss, sending their careers into a downward spiral. In this video, we explore the shocking stories of 10 promising UFC fighters who reach great heights only to dramatically unravel following a soul-crushing defeat. The knockout artist Almeida took the MMA world by storm when he burst onto the scene in Brazil, running up an incredible record of 22 straight wins on his way to the UFC with his lethal Muay Thai striking style. He racked up multiple bonuses for thrilling finishes over matched opponents. The key was Almeida's aggression, overwhelming foes with volume before hurting them badly. He seemed like a future champion in the making. However, fellow prospect Cody Garbrandt perfectly timed a counter right hook that shut Almeida's lights off just before the end of the first round for his first loss. A brutal setback that took away his aura of invincibility. Almeida has struggled since, unable to regain killer instinct and going 5-4. No longer viewed as a rising phenom, just another bantamweight trying to break through. The highly decorated collegiate wrestling legend Askren achieved unprecedented success competing abroad after failing to catch on with the UFC earlier in his career. He racked up an 18-0 record and titles in Bellator and one championship by coasting on his grappling skills, yet Askren drew criticism for largely ducking the stiff competition. When he finally arrived in the UFC, he snoozed through a controversial debut win most thought he deserved to lose. Askren felt vindicated and his undefeated mark only boosted his arrogant attitude. But then came utter disaster, a record 5-second flying knee knockout loss to Jorge Masvidal in a humiliating fashion, which Askren admits damaged him mentally and emotionally, leading directly to his quick retirement shortly after. From touting himself as the best welterweight around to giving up on fighting entirely thanks to one soul-snatching defeat. The charismatic Till backed up his brash-talking style by tearing through the UFC's welterweight division with 5 savage knockouts in 6 fights. His Muay Thai skills and fearless attacking approach overwhelmed opponents, making the young Liverpudlian seem a star in the making. But when Till challenged long-reigning champ Tyron Woodley, he was simply outclassed over 4 rounds. For the first time unable to bully his opponent, Till had no answers before ultimately getting submitted after gassing out late. The one-sided defeat appeared to diminish some self-belief that once made Till so dangerous. He has struggled since with only 1 win in 4 fights, suffering 2 more extremely poor performances. The power-punching Garbrandt introduced himself to UFC fans by flattening a string of 7 straight opponents to earn a shocking title shot opportunity. There he scored another massive KO, this time dethroning seemingly unbeatable champ Dominic Cruz. The electrifying win cemented Garbrandt as the next golden boy of MMA. But much like Cruz before him, Garbrandt's reign proved short-lived. Arch-rival TJ Dillashaw gained revenge for their infamous TUF feud by starching Cody in the second round to reclaim UFC gold. Garbrandt's notoriously weak chin has failed him badly in follow-up fights as 3 more sickening knockouts ended his title ambitions. In contrast, the man responsible for Darren Till's woes found himself on the opposite side of a champion fall from glory. Woodley stunned the world by destroying Lawler in 1 round to seize the UFC welterweight belt. An incredible feat he followed by knocking out elite contenders in 3 of his 4 title defenses over 2 years, solidifying his standing as the division's most dangerous finisher. But tactical pressure fighter Kamaru Usman dominated Woodley across all 25 minutes to firmly seize the title for himself, fighting more hesitantly since Woodley suffered comprehensive decision losses in his next 3 contests, leading to his UFC release. The ferocious power that once made him so intimidating seemingly sapped at age 39. Weidman etched his name in MMA history by slaying the legendary Anderson Silva to put a shocking end to his 7-year undefeated reign. He followed up by defeating his newly won UFC middleweight title 3 more times. Weidman's creative grappling skills and underrated punching power-controlled fights against world-class opposition. He appeared poised for an extended championship tenure himself. That was until Luke Rockhold brutally battered him in 4 rounds to capture the belt. Weidman struggled to regain footing with multiple surgeries and straining to rediscover his confidence. A follow-up gruesome broken leg injury courtesy of Uriah Hall was the final nail in his competing days. now happily retired, having never recaptured his peak abilities. Dana White believed the athletic and powerful Reyes was a surefire future champion following 6 smoking hot UFC victories showcasing scary finishing skills. He earned a title fight against defending light heavyweight virtuoso Jon Jones by clearing out the rest of the division's contenders, even quicker than the legendary Jones many years earlier. Most viewers agreed Reyes narrowly won a tactical 5-round chess match versus Jones, highlighted by his superior punching power and cardio. Yet judges awarded Jones a controversial unanimous decision to retain his title. Reyes hasn't come close to title contention since that crushing loss most argued he deserved to win, rapidly suffering 3 knockouts in a row to elite competition before considering retirement. Even Reyes admitted confidence took a major hit that changed the fighter he'd become. The awe-inspiring Rousey played a true trailblazing role by bringing women's MMA to mainstream consciousness through her otherworldly early dominance culminating in UFC championships. With movie star looks and a legitimate Olympic judo medal to her name, Rousey uniquely shattered perceptions of what athletes could achieve in the cage. She evolved into one of the most famous faces on the planet during an unfathomable tear, submitting 8 straight opponents in more than 2 years of title dominance. Women's MMA became a cultural phenomenon largely based on getting to witness Rousey's brilliance. However, a shocking head kick faceplant KO loss to massive underdog Holly Holm started her downward spiral out of competition. Rousey's manufactured image was revealed to lack substance after losing, leading to a year-long absence and follow-up mauling that sent her into retirement and relative seclusion. From transcending fame to avoiding public life following the first ever defeat. Over an incredible 8-year stretch, the unorthodox Ferguson utilized his slice-and-dice style, grounded in a lifetime of wrestling and elite fitness, to set a division record of 12 straight wins. Bringing the fights fans craved every time, the damage and punishment Ferguson endured through sheer grit and determination made him seem superhuman. But in a short-notice championship clash, Hungary new generation force Justin Gaethje rocked Ferguson before securing a TKO stoppage that ended his win streak. Questions emerged about durability as Tony then suffered demoralizing 3 more losses over 13 painful months. Once deemed the boogeyman whom no lightweight could defeat, Ferguson's iron will finally failed him late career, leading to an unceremonious UFC departure this March. And finally, the most dramatic fall from dominance by a UFC champion came courtesy of Renan Barão. The Brazilian sensation authored an unfathomable 25 straight victories on the way to the title before winning another 7 as champion, possessing an alien record of 32-1, with his only loss coming way back in his 2005 debut contest. Simply put, no one at bantamweight could touch Barão during a breathtaking, nearly decade-long period of brilliance that saw him defend the 135-pound belt 9 times against the biggest names. Widely viewed as top 5 pound-for-pound talent in the sport before a young TJ Dillashaw controlled him to claim the title. From there, Barão completely unraveled, having clearly lost confidence, suffering 6 losses in the final 8 fights, which all ended prematurely against elite competition. Dillashaw TKO'd Barão again for good measure before the former king retired a shell of himself, his legacy protected only by once being considered nearly invincible. The cruel high-stakes nature of MMA competition holds no mercy, even for the previously unbeatable. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, and press the bell icon to never miss out on any updates. Till then, see ya!